So you already know what is Azure Blob Storage, file storage. Those we covered in previous in the previous recording, but under the umbrella of Azure Storage we have those two, and you also have so those blob storage you would use for media files and static content. These you would use for shared files and user documents. But you also have Azure Queue Storage, which you can use for message queues and task processing, and Azure Table Storage, which is basically no relational, in short, no SQL data. Those last two are a bit more complicated, but I briefly we want to at least show you that it's there. So when I open my portal and then I go to my storage account, then here under data storage you could already see that we have containers for a blob, or even if in the overview you could see blob storage, it's here, file service here, and then we also have table and queue services, which have a bit less options. So we have been here. We have been here, so we have had our container. I showed you that you need to access the file, that you can access the file via HTTPS, so from the browser. And this one file, I showed you that we cannot access with the browser. That's why when you access from browser, use containers. This one is difficult to demo. It would require lots of setup, but it's for setting up local machines. But let's look on the queues. So in the queues, I can create a new queue, and let's say Q1. Yeah, and then I have a Q1, and then I can add a message, sample message. And this is this is basically you could use when you have some kind of queues. So for example, not sure if you have used AWS, but but basically when you want to send a message to the client, then you would use this storage. This lightweight storage. Because there is only what we are storing is just a message, that's it, and when it expires. So they are very, very small, and they are used to communicate from the server, so from your storage. There is some logic which will be used, so you get all these messages stored here automatically for you or created for you, and then it will be sent to the front end, so it will be to mobile client or to web client, and then the messages will be stored here. So that's what this is queue about. And tables, so I will create my table, and in my table I have I have this one. I can say my table 2. If I can try to access it here, then this is stored on the server, and if I go just table, maybe, oops, it doesn't explore table. I can go here, maybe service access control. No, that's not here. I want to access the table. Let me try maybe here. Yes, oh, sorry for that. Okay, so then we have a table, we have here a blob container, we have been here. I go back. We have the file shares, we have the tables, one moment, we have the queues, so you can also access the queues here. You can also add the messages. Just accessing the tables a bit intuitive. So when I open here, then here I don't have anything, but I can add something. So for example, my key or my row, and then I am creating, for example, those are like the default one which you have to have. And for example, in the database, I want to store information about football events. So for example, it would have location. The location could be different types of data. It will be string. Yeah, here I can say, for example, Wimbledon Stadium. Here, for example, I could say is online, if it is online, and then I can do boolean. So I say no, it will be only live. And for a date, and then we could have some date, whatever format you want. Let it be like this. Oh, it needs to be. I will quickly do it. To ISO format. So I can take today's date, for example. Let's see. Oh, ISO, yeah. So here you can see that the storage, the table storage is enforcing you already, or the type what you can use, and it can become very strict, and some others. And then I will create an insert, and then I keep it. I keep some data in my table in this row. So that's then you can access them, for example, online, and display in your application. And so you're fetching the data, so you're getting the data from Azure table storage. You can also do it from here. Yes, because there are also other data services we'll talk about. What else? That's the end of the storage of Azure storage services. So I will delete my okay, I will delete it offline. Yeah, I will delete it offline, or maybe I can quickly go. Let me check, and then yeah, I will delete the log offline, not in the recording, because we are not going to use it, and I don't want to be charged. Yeah, so we talked about Azure storage, in blob storage and file storage in the previous recording, this queue and table. What are the use cases you can use it for? You can use it for data storage, like unstructured data, like images, video. We have seen the previous image with previous recording with blob storage, but also structured data in tables and queues, like we have seen now. File systems, this is the demo which didn't work with Azure file storage. Of course, for backup and archive, there will be different types of data backups, long-term archives. You have seen, for example, here we have cool. One moment, we have cool. I wanted to show you. Call. Oh, we have a not cool, but call. We can, depending by what type of storage you can have. For example, for backup, you can use cool or cold. So this is when you can expect some delays, or sometimes it will not be available. And content delivery, this is a bit more advanced, but you can use for caching, security like HTTPS, token authentication, and edge location. But this is a bit hard, so you don't need to remember on that. And we will be starting a new section, because then we'll be talking, actually we'll be subsection of this very large section, because we are still in core Azure services. And then we'll be talking about Azure networking. See you there.